All right, guys, enjoying my vacation right now. But I got the heads up that Keith Gill's account just took down the video of Goodbye Stranger, his last Twitter post with the video, right? And that was just from months ago when GameStop was taking off and blowing up, and he was walking off into the sunset with $500 million position. Here's why I feel it was taken down. I don't know, maybe you call me crazy, but I really think he's coming back to a point. But it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm still just buying my shares. But I think GameStop has nowhere to go but up. I was actually brainstorming this right now with this damn Twitter post and this TikTok post that somebody wrote to me. And I said, Marantz, GameStop only does ATMs every single time the stock price goes up. That's what you're being stuck with. Leadership this, leadership that. And that's not the case. GameStop's only spiked, legit spiked 1, 2, 3, 4 times since I've owned it, or since I've seen it, or since we really started studying it. And you could even go January, March of 2021, June of 2021, and May, June of 2024. So in those moments, GameStop absolutely did raise capital, and they should. When you can go to the markets and your stock is grossly overpriced, is what people would call it. You can catch people and realize that you're just filling up the coffers with money that you would never have. Doing money the traditional way is one thing. Even getting money the traditional way, from a company standpoint, from corporate itself, you would have to take out a corporate bond, some type of bond from any lending idea that these lending instruments, that you could pay them back. And a lot of companies cripple themselves by doing it this way. So whether it be private credit and or like this, like an actual bond, GameStop's not doing that. They actually are raising cash for the position itself, but they have zero cash burn. That's the best part. And they actually have a cash increase, and then they actually make money. And so they're profitable based off of that cash and operations. So when you look at GameStop moving forward, they're going to make $200 to $300 million this year already. Then you get into the real thick of it, like better margins, more cash, because it's like a rolling snowball. It never stops. But if you spike the price, let's just say, this is the month that GameStop, it consolidates enough, it's dry enough, 3 million shares, 2 million shares a day is not enough, because once it gets, that compression on down, it breaks out into the up, and this is just from technical analysis standpoint, but GameStop's followed the TA the whole way. A 3-year pennant, and right now you're sitting here looking at about a 6-month pennant on a daily chart that looks like it's ready to cook. That's how tight it is. And it never breaks to the downside. You know why it doesn't break to the downside? Because GameStop fundamentals. That's it. Could you imagine a company that actually announces all of these co-branded projects? If you guys are not familiar, GameStop has numerous private label projects. And then they have all the partnerships. And they're all like unspoken relationships. I mean, I've seen them for collectibles. I've seen them for PSA graded cards. I've seen them for consoles and game distributions. Like, there's another one coming out right now next month, the Mod Retro. In addition to the Raptor 8, in addition to the Candy Con, in addition to PSA, there's like all of these things that GameStop's doing on every single little aspect of business. And those are all positives. They're all attributed to the bottom line. Like, they literally are helping out gross profit margin. So in 2022, GameStop was coming in quarter 4 16% on gross profit. They're at 31% right now, guys. Like, that's almost double that number. Even on common quarter to quarter runs, they were at 24, 25%, and peaking out at 26, 27. They're 500 basis points above that right now. So I can only imagine what they're going to do quarter 3. And I love quarter 3. I love the way it's positioned for GameStop, all these new announcements. And then you roll it into quarter 4. It's going to take you maybe a year to get fully adapted to what GameStop is doing and how they're making their margins. But, I mean, you annualize on that number, then you reset your P&L. And the only reason why I tell you reset your P&L, because it's still being reported GameStop is closing stores, which is phenomenal. Because for those individuals that shop at those closed stores, they now have to adopt the idea of going to GameStop.com or going to another GameStop store. So you really don't lose those people. So you'll get them back. That's my point. You'll get them back. The core group of gamers never leave. They just find another place to shop. And in this case, GameStop, with 3,000 GameStops, and I don't want to tell you there's less or more. I think in the U.S. there's 2,900. The last time we counted, and that number can keep coming down by closing GameStops. But GameStop opened up, 45 new GameStops last year while closing 90 domestically. It was something like that. It was like 2 for 1, basically. For every 2 they closed, they opened 1. I can't remember the number right now. I don't have my computer on me. But I'm just telling you, pay attention to companies like this. Companies that are in full transition, full pivot, and no one's paying. They're giving you great value, by the way. 2 to 1 on sales, 2 to 1 on book, everything. Like, think about it. Sales is 5 billion. The market cap is 10 billion. You're 2 times sales. So that's not a lot. I'm just letting you know that's not a lot. Then you go and look at the actual book value. A book is at $11. The stock price is at 21. You're not even 2x past your book. That's wild, considering the company makes a profit. And then you look at the leadership, you look at all the products, you look at all the revenue streams, and you say to yourself, you know what? This is a company that has potential. This is a company that's going to get through it. Because the economic headwinds is one thing. It's when you have the economic tailwinds, that's when the company becomes profitable. So I anticipate GameStop, building back better and making GameStop great again. I think they're going to do all those things, and I'm going to be here for it. So to be invested at $21 a share, to be invested when they're always raising cash, guys, they're raising all the cash in the world. They're never taking it from you. Shareholder equity has increased. If you're a shareholder today, over the last 2 years, GameStop, you're green. Any share you've bought over the last 2 years, you're essentially green. I showed my buy orders, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shares that are up over 100%, 50%, 60%. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. You just keep plugging away. And if you bought in at one day and it was a lot all at once, I get it. But I'm not going to lose sleep over this investment that I get to keep making every day. So that's what I'm doing on vacation, guys. We're going to go get some breakfast. We're going to go walk the strip, maybe go to this card show. There's a huge card show at the Rio right now. There is not a PSA table there. There's Beckett. There's all these other tables I already talked about, but there's a Pokemon thing. I thought about going around and telling them just how great GameStop is and PSA. I haven't decided, though, because it's a last-minute thing and it's the last day of the card show. But I will be walking the strip. I have a new concept on how I'm going to give away stuff. It's pretty cool. But we got stuff to give away. We had things to do. Last night, what did we do last night, guys? Let's see. We went to the MGM Grand. We went to a club called Hakkasan or something like that. I guess it's like the premier club. The lighting was cool. Everything was cool. But let me tell you something, guys. I'm a GameStop millionaire. Let me tell you guys something, okay? The drinks at this damn club? Oh, shit. The drinks at this club were, I think we paid for 1 round of drinks. 2 drinks. That's it. That's all we had. How could you drink, right? $70 because I gave a tip, but it was 60 something. I gave like a little $9 tip. Yeah, that's never going to happen. I paid it, and I looked at my wife, and I said, that'll never happen again. Remember, her and I are trying to pace ourselves, right? So then they gave us like this whole VIP bracelet thing because we were getting in because we knew a guy, and they go, free drinks, open bar from X hour to X hour, right? Whatever. And my wife goes, I'm getting you drunk, baby. So my wife is such a gamer. Let me tell you, this is a pro tip, by the way. She went to one bar, got the drink, brought it to me. Then she went to the other bar, grabbed that drink, and when she brought it back to me, I was already ready for it. So she just kept, boom, boom. But these things weren't going to get me anywhere. They remind me of the Korean drinks when they're called juicy drinks, where you just get them and they're just like juice. They're not, no liquor in them. But we had a blast. We actually had a blast on the way out, too. There was like this little Mexican spot, and they were singing like Selena and Karol G and everything. Oh, my God, they were lighting it up. And then we walked the strip for a little bit. Then we had breakfast at like midnight. I don't remember what we did. We were out of the club by midnight, before midnight. We did great. No, it was just not enough time to get sloppy. Just enough time to walk and feel good. So I loved it. That was our first night in. We still have more to do. and who knows? I won't be spending that kind of money on one drink, bros. Get out of here. Get it. Somebody take me back. Take me back to a bar or something. I can't do this. No, I won't be. Yeah, we. And you know what? They even invited us back to the club. We're never going. No way. The minute that killed my whole vibe. I was just like, hey, did I just buy 2.5 shares of GameStop? Oh no. All right. Well, you guys have a great time. I'm having a great time, by the way. Not going live this week. I'm trying not to go live. I'll make a video like this in the morning, and that's it. Recap my day. Is there anything else I missed? 2 cool cab drivers, both by the same name, Abraham. It's biblical at this point. And it was rocking downtown. I don't know what the hell's going on in Vegas. There's some shit going on because there was a concert, like We Were Young concert or something. I don't even know. Are You Almost Famous concert? Shit was packed. Thousands and thousands of people. And we weren't there. We were at the other end, MGM Grand. Ended up at New York, New York. Or we didn't even go to New York. We just kept walking the strip. It was fine. But after a point, we just grabbed a cab, man. Anyway, appreciate you guys so much. You know, I thank you guys for watching the show every day like you guys do. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to think about all this time I have on my hands. Maybe my wife and I will go for a swim in the hot tub. No, hey, today's cold in Vegas. Can you believe that the high is like 70-something degrees? That's not good. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to lay out. So the middle of the week, 87, 90 degrees on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, whew. But man, this cold front, it was real. All right, guys, I got to get going. Peace.